Must have hit another knot, Sage. This is going to be the garden area, which is the first area that I had my trailer set up in, and I fenced it off. Right now the fence is tore down behind the camera over here. I am going to be putting a shed up over here, so I need to finish doing that. Then I'll come back and I'll start tilling up around here where I'm going to plant. In the meantime, I'll start composting food scraps and stuff in here, mostly food scraps. I might throw a little bit of wood chips and stuff here and straw in here to help make layers. So I'm not going to put a top on this particular one. This one's going to be for the gardening. So again, it's got 1 year's use over here, then I'll switch over to here, do 1 year's use, let that compost for 2 years. I might even use it for 2 years and let it compost for a year after that, because I don't think I'm going to fill that up. This is about a 3 foot by 3 foot, which is plenty big enough for composting for one person. Then I'm going to make another one of these. It's going to get a screen top on it. This one's going to be essentially fenced in, so I'm not too worried about anything coming in here and getting to it too badly. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get back. It's lunchtime. Need to fix something, and it's starting to snow. Seems to be holding. But by making this 2 inches thick, I can get at least 2 or 3 2x4s out of it later by cutting it this way. So I'll save this. I don't know if you can see it over here, but I'm about just a little off center of the center circle here for the rings. And that way, hopefully I'll keep it from bowing. And I'm going to get 2 6x12 beams out of this that are short ones for the windows, and I think I need 6 or 7 of them. So this will be the first one. This is the biggest log I'm working with. So we'll go ahead and get this thing split. I'm actually oversizing it about 1/2 inch. So it's actually 6.5 inches. That way if there is any shrinkage, come back and I can skin that extra 1/2 inch off, or whatever it is, 1/4 inch that's left. I can skin that off. That should do the trick. starting to twist. Okay, so this is about maybe 26.5 feet long. It's by far the biggest one I've put on this mill. I could probably make a 27, maybe a 28 footer. I could probably get a 28 footer on here because I'm actually not completely on the bunker at the head here, but there's enough length here. I'm not too worried about that. But what I'll do is, as I'm cutting it, once I got around it one time, skinning the bark off, I'll see if I can't push it back with the forks on the tractor and just get it on that bunker a little bit. And then I'll switch blades, get a sharp blade, and start working with it with a brand new sharp blade on it. But we'll go ahead and see how this blade can do still that I've been using for the last couple days. So this is one of the trees I cut this winter, so it's fairly green. So it's loaded with water still, so it's a lot heavier than it will be after it dries out, obviously. And after I've cut it into a 6x12, it should be much more manageable, I hope. These 2x6s, so this stuff I'll have to cut down tomorrow to move it. It's too heavy to move. I'll probably turn them into 2x6s tomorrow. So we have a 13 by 6 beam here by 26 foot. This stuff will be cutting up tomorrow. Alright, so you can see the back is up off the ground. I'll go up front here. So this thing works pretty slick so far. Of course, it's kind of heavy, but this is keeping it off the ground too. This is a hydraulic system here from Norwood Mills. Alright, let's go ahead and get this out of here. Okay, this thing's heavy too. There we go. All right. So, get the front drop down, then I can rotate this thing on over. I might even use the forks to do it. That'd be kind of nice. I think that'll work. Just like that. want it to bow on me. Okay. So I'll go ahead and move it on over here. Even if they're a little bit under the 2x6 length, I'm fine with that. So, yeah. I think I'll get my skill saw out. I'll section them off while they're up here. I think it'll be easier. And then move on to the next ones. So, give me a second. We'll get this done. And I think we'll be done with the video for today, for this week. Because I need to get in there and develop the filming. Well, thank you for watching the video today. It's evening now, it's about 6 p.m. So I'm fixing some dinner. I just fed my little doggies. And they're happy. And of course, Sage wants more. I'm kind of re-educating myself on how to use this with bigger logs. The little stuff was a piece of cake. And I've only done one large log like this about 2 years ago, and it's just sitting up here. It's an 8x12. And I need to find a different place to put these. I don't have room where I put that one, which is close to this mill area. So, I mean, I got an area right out behind the camera here that's pretty shady, and I think it could be very useful area. It's sloped but flat. Sloped is good. Any rain or water gets on it will just roll right off the stuff. I will cover it with a big plastic cover. I got a big tarp that I used on my wood pile this year. So, anyways, I am starting to cut the beams for the cabin build coming up next year. I don't plan on building the cabin this year. I'm going to do a shed build this year. The cabin, I have always planned on next year to do it anyway. So, but my theory is get all the wood cut, make sure I've got enough trees down to cover all the wood I need. If it isn't, then I'll cut some more down this winter or this fall, late fall, and I'll finish them up like next year. But I'll make sure, I'll have a pretty good idea of what trees I need to complete the cabin build walls. Not too worried about the roofing material yet, or even the finalized flooring material, because that stuff can come afterwards. I'd rather it be done later anyways. I don't want it to sit out for years. And, you know, it's probably going to take a good couple years to build this cabin by myself. I don't have anybody to help me do this. So the other thing that I'm going to be doing here soon is I pulled out today, this morning I pulled out first thing all my spring water development kit that I had purchased a few years ago for this spring I have down here. It's probably a half a gallon per minute at best, I would think, because it's just a really steady drip, but it's consistent. I know it's coming up from under the ground, so it's good clean water. I filter it. I have a Berkey filter. I still filter it just the same. And I got a 500-gallon tank sitting down there that I got to also build a building around this year, because I want to make sure it's in an enclosed building, because there's going to be a pump sitting down there next to it to pump the water up the hill.